Welcome back to the show. We've been waiting for this one. Yes, that video was quite something. How do you get out of that? How do you deal with a situation like that? If you've got ideas, let us know. If you didn't watch it, make sure you catch the highlights on YouTube. But right about now, we've got a fantastic guest, straight out of Cannes. She's right here on our table, looking fabulous, smelling like cocoa butter.
Yes.
Welcome, Aulgah Nato.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You know, after you stalk someone on social media for so long and look at all the dresses and the beautiful work, and then they actually sit on the table, it's a great honor.
Thank you.
Great to have you
Thank
here.
you. Thank you so much for hosting me.
Yeah.
And speaking of Cannes, we have been talking about Cannes. You know, so many wonderful things have happened to Kenyans. You know, Osben Masharia, then we have Rafiki there.
Right.
It's been an all Kenyan situation.
All Kenyan situation.
Yes. And
affair.
you, lady,
Was
there. How did that come about and what kind of experience was that?
Oh, it was marvelous. It's not anything I can put to like in all the words.
Yes.
But it was beautiful. It was beautiful to see those people that, you know, you've always seen them just on air or, you know, stalks them. But then there was a situation that you could sit all together like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's all about, you know, the art, and that's what connects people together.
Yeah.
Let's talk about being a representative from Kenya and having to wave that
Africa,
flag.
actually.
And everybody's looking at you. Look at this goddess. Are there misconceptions about the continent or Africa or Kenya for that matter when you get there, and there are things you have to clarify and say, oh, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm not just from Africa.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm from Kenya. It's a place where, you know, beauties like this exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of questions. Some people just understand that Africa could be Nigeria. So how is Nigeria? I said, no, I'm from Kenya. And Kenya is a country where Lupita came from.
Yes.
She was present there.
Yes.
So yeah, I had to explain a bit of where I come from and you know, mention a few of the people that come from Kenya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do that Barack Obama one? Because I do it.
I'm actually surprised that,
Barack is
because
from.
I'm from Chicago, where Barack is from. I'm surprised that no one over
Listen,
there
I
knew
leave it
where
at
Barack was
Africa
from.
myself, because if I start to mention a couple of people, I'll just be like Queen of Katwe, but it's still kind of Lupita there. But I like to talk about Africa in general, and I'm all about that cosmopolitan vibe and just seeing Africans connect together and representing abroad. This year particularly, there's been a lot of interest, actually in the last couple of years, when it comes to music, when it comes to the arts and fashion. Let's talk about your journey, the timing of this fantastic journey.
It's been a long journey. This is my 5th year in fashion.
Fantastic.
And I've attended different fashion shows across the world. And I met this one lady that connected me to Cannes in London Fashion Week. So she told me, I am so inspired. You are such a young and talented designer. I would wish to work with young designers from Africa. But just to begin, I would want to work with you.
Wow.
That was last year, and I thought that was a joke. Because we talked about it and dropped it. Just the same way I met really big people there, and you know, you talk and then drop it at that point. So when afterward she followed, like, hey girl, how are you doing? I see you doing well already. Already at the beginning of this year, I won an award from Nigeria.
Yes.
A prestigious award. So she said, are you ready? Are you ready to, you know, come be welcome to the world? I said, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Say, okay, get ready, because for you, we are doing this launch. It was a launch, a fashion launch, officially in Cannes. So I said, okay, all right, what do I need to have? Then she told me registration would be 1 million. Of course, I said, okay. No, I'm not going.
That would be discouraging.
I'm not going to participate. So then they said, well, can you look for sponsors? Talk to everybody that you know in fashion. Your country, they should be able to support you. I said, it's different here. You can just talk to your country to support you. So yeah, we managed to pull the figure down, and then thereafter we also managed to, she encouraged me. She kept talking to me, and my family were supportive, and we managed to get to half the month. And and then I traveled. Yes.
You're making it sound really easy, and a lot of people would be discouraged at that point, like, okay, that's not for me.
But so talking about how much work you put in, how much effort this took, where did your love for fashion begin?
Wow, that would begin when I was 9. I lost my mom at the age of 9. And she left us with lots of clothes. So her wardrobe, full wardrobe, we were only 2 sisters. So my sister gave me mine and she had hers, and I had to work with mine to fit me. So I used my hands literally to stitch and resize lots of these clothes. And later in life, I would not pursue the course because I was afraid. I was afraid of everything, my dad, my everything. Because at the time, people did not look at fashion as a career. So they were like, why would you choose tailoring as a career? So then I did PR. I went to the university and did communication and PR. And then afterwards, I went to Djibouti. So Djibouti is where my passion would thrive. Like, it was worlds apart. It was either very low or very high. I could not fit anywhere. Of course, coming from Kenya, we were used to second hand. So I could not fit to low. And I could not fit high. It was really high. So one time I bought an outfit of 40K. I said, this is it. What? I'm done.
Oh my goodness.
Like, I can't do, this is not good.
I hope you still have that outfit.
I do. I do. So after this outfit, I said, there's got to be something. That is when I saw the bridge, that this is where I come in. I talked to my sister back at home, like, sis, you know what, you gotta get me few of these so I can use them this side. She got me like 5 outfits. I sold 2 out of 5. I remained with 3. And I was like, okay, I see money here. So she told me, why don't you come back home then, do this, and then get back there? I said, oh, yeah, sounds like a good idea. And when holidays came, I came back home, and again, fear came. I could not just convince my family that, you know what, I want to shift from this that I've done to this. So I told my brother that I want to do salon. And he said, salon? Because to me, what I saw there was any work that somebody could do using hands. Like, I just thought anything of the sort would boost me. So I came back, asked if I could do anything beauty, and my bro said no. Okay, I had to move on. Then I said, tailoring. I went to Ashley's. I got all the brochures, and he said no. And then I had to still divert, like, okay, let me do web design. So I did web design, graphics, and
look at you, done it all round creative.
Yeah. So I did all these. After doing all these, while I was doing this, I had applied in some PR companies. Fortunate enough, they called me, and I got a job while I was, so I said, okay, I dropped the Djibouti issue because now I had a job, and I was still going to school. So while doing all this, I worked with these guys for less than 2 years. My drive was driving me crazy. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna kill somebody if I continue doing the same thing.
I can imagine the feeling. If something is in
bored.
you, it doesn't matter how far you go.
Walk around it.
And the fact that I did graphics and design, my work would just be sketches of designs. Outfits. At the time, I was inspired in lots of architectural works and all those. So I did lots of stuff while I was employed. My sketches were amazing. That I think that today.
This is so inspiring.
So one day, I said I had worked both night and day for like 5 days. We were having crazy events. It was immediately after the elections. There were lots of stuff going on. And my company at the time had lots of jobs going on as well. So after this, I had asked for a leave. And my boss said no. So that, I just said, you know what, no, we can't do this anymore. So I tendered my resignation with no direction. I went back home. I told my brother, you know what, I resigned. And then he said,
I thought you were crazy.
Yeah, girl, you must be crazy. I said, I'm not crazy. I think I'm allowed to, because I was still young, at the age of 24, like, I'm still young. I can be able to joke with my life now than having babies and putting their lives at risk at the time. So I said, I'm ready. I think I want to try and fail and try and try and try and succeed. So I had no experience in this. I started right inside my bedroom. So I bought a small machine, the ones that you put on the table. So I used that for some time with my curtains, my bed sheets. And I said, I think I made a skirt. And I said, I think I can do better than this. My college friend was getting married. She told me, Olga, why don't you do my gown and my wedding? I thought she was crazy. How do you trust me with zero experience to do your wedding? She said, yeah, go ahead and do it. I looked for a tailor and I bought fabrics and we started the work. And around that time, I lost my first cousin. So I had to travel home and I left the tailor with everything to work on. He took off.
Oh, wow.
With everything?
With everything.
Oh my God.
So everything that could have been going wrong went wrong.
He took off completely. When I was back from home, I tried calling. His phones were switched off. It was back to square one. So then I went again, bought everything. Now this time I had a little savings, but it would not be enough because I had moved from home because of pressure and fear of what if I fail, and they are all on my face. So I told them I had to be on my own. So I was in one room where all this were happening, and when this failed, I got another machine with some help from my brother, and I started. And a friend of mine invited me to Nairobi Fashion Market, and I tried. I did not sell much, but I gave out my cards, and there would be follow-ups. And after that, a friend of mine invited me to Spielworks, that they were having a show at the time, and they gave me that job, and I had lots of clothes done to them. They were hiring. And after that, I was left with a bunch of clothes. I went back to Nairobi Fashion Market again and sold everything, and that was it. And yeah.
Your story is
That's so amazing.
When you think about it, it's like when you're almost giving up, that's when your breakthrough is going to happen.
Exactly.
And you have such a spirit and urgency for making things happen.
Right.
Your situation and the couple of things you've gone through would have discouraged many people.
So much.
Fashion, back in the day, my mom is a fashion designer.
Right.
She went to Evelyn School of Design, and she was
Would love to meet her.
She was an exchange student. And she told me, even when she was telling her mom, that's what she wants to do. Back in the day, it was like, no. Everyone's doing secretarial. Everyone's doing secretarial. Like, that was the thing. So my mom was the only one trying to do something like that. Let's take it back to where you are now. You've done really well for yourself.
Thank you.
There's a lot of fashion designers right now who really sketch. And I'm not talking about people who love fashion. I'm talking about really authentic,
committed,
really good, passionate, creative people. Watching you right now and thinking, I could just do this and I don't need to give up.
Right.
Did you ever see yourself at Cannes?
Never.
Showcasing your work?
Never. Actually, until I got there, I could, like, is this me? No, I didn't think of that.
But you carry yourself with so much grace, like a seasoned person. You're talking about 5 years professionally in the fashion industry.
Right.
There's a lot of big names, a lot of big wigs, and I think the more you travel, the more you realize, oh my goodness, there's more research to be done. There's more out there. It's competitive. Do you see yourself mentoring other young fashion designers on the continent?
I see myself a lot doing that. Number one, what exactly wants me to do that was because after losing my mom at the age of 9, I went to school through Well Wishes. Yeah, I had my dad at the time, but primary I was sponsored. So I always look back and say I can do something to the less fortunate as well. So I'm cooking that. So
I'm not even surprised. I know that's going to happen.